Dear friends, good morning. I, Jaswant Singh Kelasia, welcome you in our YouTube channel. We have a Hindi YouTube channel also. Its name is Parad Loktantra Ka Ankuran. We are also available in different social media platforms. By observing the descriptions of this channel, you can know about them. For what purposes, for what objectives, and with what philosophy these channels have been launched, you can also know in this regard in the descriptions. Both the channels are views channels, means not the news channels, but we present our views, analysis and comments on the current affairs and events of the country and of the world. It is requested that do not focus on the quality of our presentation, but kindly please focus on the depthness of the subject matter and issues we discuss. If you think that our channel is putting forward some revolutionary, basic and fundamental ideas and increasing your knowledge, then kindly please subscribe, share and like our channels. It is also requested that kindly please press the icon button so that you can get notifications for our new videos. Today in this episode we are discussing about the Indian judiciary. For this we have given a title to our subject like this: social, cultural, theophilosophical, religious, economical system of India versus judicial system of India. Previously we have presented 3 videos. This video is the 4th part of this subject like this. In context to the matter of utter failure of Indian judicial system in the issue of providing social justice and ensuring human rights, some other things are also considerable. We accept also that since last 20-25 years in India there are abundant cases of public interest litigations. For disposing of Indian judicial system also played a very active role. According to the jurisprudential principles and under the constitutional provisions, PILs come under the category of providing social justice and ensuring human rights. It is a mentionable fact because of the judicial activism shown in these litigations. The legislature ought to enact so many acts and formulate so many rules, regulations. Also, it created so many tribunals, authorities, commissions, boards and other quasi-judicial commissions and institutions. The executive also ought to reforms and upgrade their working system and ought to enhance their sensitivity to redefine with more precisions of their responsibilities so it can be performed in better ways. Though here it is also accepted that according to the directive principle of state policy of the Constitution, because of India being a signatory of several international and national human rights organizations, other international institutions like UNO, UNICEF, WHO, ILO, Amnesty International, Greenpeace, etc. Also being a signatory of so many international covenants due to influence of non-government organization, NGOs and world opinion, and so also due to judicial activism, etc., Indian legislature enacted and implemented so many acts, rules, regulations related to the social justice, distributive justice, protection and nourishment of human rights, even for wildlife, domestic animals, environment conservation, pollution control, etc. So many acts, rules and regulations have been made and implemented. Human rights commissions are also commissioned. In other side, under judicial reforms, so many provisions of public welfare have been implemented. For example, legal education, free legal aids and complicated matters, free legal aids to poor, to institutionalize Lok Adalat and other periodical organizations of as a fear of Lok Adalats. Nowadays, in some specific and complicated matters, cases, to form a special investigation team SIT by the Honorable Supreme Court, by the Honorable High Courts, are the few dimensions in the field of social justice, distributive justice and protection of human rights and their nourishment. All these steps are believed to be great steps in this direction. So also nowadays the legislature and judiciary is very active in the issues of crimes, atrocities, discrimination, malpractices, inflicting against children and women. But in spite of being all these things, yet our complaint and concern is this: all in all, in the Indian society, we not see any comprehensive effect on ground level, nor we are seeing any reduction in the impending problems even of crimes. Statistically, contrary to this, the statistical data reveal that all these are in increasing order. What the secret mystery behind this? For all these secrets, mysteries, according to our study, research and field experience, we present an analysis as follows. When any problem converted in the form of burning problem and emerged as countrywide level, then when the ruling class of India realized that it would not capable to rescue the country from these burning problems, then by enactment and promulgation of certain acts, courts consider that the problem is over and got rid of it. In other side, the judicial system of India do not show any spirit of missionary zeal for effective implementation of these acts, courts, which is required, because in the guise of so-called democracy, ruling class of India is on epicenter of power, and as that we have said earlier, as nobody wanted to destroy such a system management which applies butter on his bread without any afford labor cost. That means, in precise words, ruling class of India should not be wanted. It will implement the Constitution of India by heart, with missionary zeal and with its true spirit, word by word. Hence, exactly here the principle of contradictions of Comrade Mao Zedong is applicable. Regarding our these allegations, we have given ample proofs in different places of our channel. What are the problem of India? Those we see, and what the tug of war and Chaoism we see in these problems. Root causes are, in one side, the Constitution of India, which is based on jurisprudential principles, democratic principles, logistic, rational footings, and formulated on scientific values. So also the Constitution of India also a roadmap to lead the society in these directions. But in other side, what the way of lifestyle, behavior, and the social value system of Indian society are exactly opposite and antagonistic to all the principal values, so that the distributed above Indian society are exactly opposite and antagonistic to all the principles, values as that of described above. The Constitution of India is a means to abolish those century-old system of ruling class of India, which used to apply butter on their bread without any effort, labor, cost, pain. Now, because ruling class of India occupied on epicenter of powers, then it is natural that itself never wanted to implement the Constitution of India. Kindly note that nobody used to hit X on its own legs itself. Therefore, as we have said in other places, ruling class of India gradually forwarding towards imposing by force its primitive socio-cultural values, system and constitution codes upon all the pupils of the country. This is exactly principal contradiction. For preventing all these things and to implement, enforce the provisions of the Constitution of India, responsibility rests with judicial system of India as a holy works with missionary zeal and spirit, but judicial system of India utterly failed to perform these responsibilities at all, because in itself rather it is not having jurisprudential thinking and judicial mindedness, nor it is logistic and rationalistic. Contrary to these, it is theocratic in nature and conservative. Friend, with this we conclude this episode. Thanks for being with us and viewing full episodes. Again, thanks. Namaskar.